Hi everybody, Katie here with my organized style. Welcome to day number 3 of the Holiday Extravaganza. Today we're going to address 3 different topics. So I'm going to put these in 3 short videos so it'll be a little bit easier to get through. First we're going to discuss holiday decorating. Then we will discuss holiday or seasonal activities to do with your family. And then we will address holiday gifting. All right, so into decorating. The other day I asked you to go through an inventory with your family, and at that time I asked you to ask them, it's a lot of asks, to ask them how they felt about the holiday decorations you usually put up, what really spoke to them and felt quintessentially of the holiday to them, and as well do a personal inventory to think about what you really like to see up at the holidays. So now that you have those lists, I want you to think about time. And I want you to think about time in 2 different ways. I want you to write down how much time you could potentially devote to decorating. What is the amount of time you have there? Not how much you want to or would like to, but just how much time is available to you. I want you to write that down. Give you a moment, okay? Now I want you to write down how much time you feel like decorating. These numbers might not match, that's okay. It could be higher, it could be lower. I just want you to think about how much energy and emotional capacity and drive do you have for holiday decorating. So whatever that is, I want you to write that number down too. I'll give you a sec. Okay, now I want you to look at those 2 numbers and circle the one that is the smallest. That is the amount of time you can spend decorating this season. Okay, so next what you're going to do is you're going to open up your calendar, and then you're going to find a time slot where you can put that amount of time in and do your decorating. I think it's best to get all that holiday decorating done in one fell swoop. The starting and the stopping can really slow you down and add to the stress. So if possible, I want you to pick a singular time slot to get it all done in, or break it into as few time chunks as you can. So if you can't do it all at once, do it in 2 segments if possible, or in 3 segments if possible. But really try to minimize the number of times you're doing your decorating and get it all done in one fell swoop. Some things you don't have to count in there, right? So if you have special flannel winter sheets that you put on the beds, those might be stashed with your holiday items, but you're going to take those out when you're unpacking the holiday goods, throw them in with the laundry, and then when you go to change your sheets and do your laundry, all of that will get done just with your normal day-to-day activities and typical cleaning schedule. You don't have to do the laundry and change the sheets specifically during your decorating time. I'm talking more about if you're putting up a tree, if you're putting up lights, if you need to find your menorah, things like that. If you don't have a dreidel available, but you know where it's stored, all of those things I want you to get at one specific time frame. Now, while you're doing it, I want you to also think about, are there things you just don't need anymore, that don't suit your style anymore? Maybe you're a person who has a theme tree and now your theme has changed, but you still have last theme's, tree decorations. There are bows, there are ornaments, there are all the things, all the trimmings, but you're not using them anymore. So you can decide now, are you buying another tree this year and using those items on the other tree, or could you donate them to a family who could use them? And if you can donate them, now is the time to do it, because people can use those straight away. You could also sell them, but here's my advice for donating and selling. If you're having a really hectic time right now, if you're pretty busy and you can afford to not sell them, then what I want you to do is just gather up everything and take it to a thrift store like the Habitat for Humanity store and give those to that organization. They will then give you a slip of paper that you can use for a tax write-off, and you'll be done. You could also choose to sell them or independently gift them. And by independently gift, I mean if you were to list them on a local Buy Nothing group on Facebook, or a Moms Helping Mom page on Facebook, that's something you can do to gift directly to a family, but it does require a little more effort. You do have to take pictures, post the items or item, field people then contacting you about the item or items, and then organize a pickup or drop off for that. It feels great to do. I just helped a friend post an entire 2-bedroom house full of furniture, but it did take a lot of time. So I want you to be aware of that and be realistic on your schedule. What really can you do that isn't too much stress for you, and do it that way? Because no matter what, we're talking about 3 options where other people are going to get to utilize what's no longer working for you and enjoy it. And that's what's most important at the end of the day, right? Okay, so after you schedule your time in for decorating, I want you to go ahead and do that. And when it's done, it's done. So not 1,000 extra trips, not extra time. When you are done with the decorating, and that'll be such a relief to know you got it in one fell swoop or a couple little trips. And I hope that helps with your decorating plans for this year. We'll be right back in one sec for part 2 of day 3. Thank you.